Hello there. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing kind of a little bit of a combination of the winter solstice and the new moon in Capricorn. Today is actually the winter solstice, the 21st, and then the new moon in Capricorn is on the 23rd. So these energies really are kind of like our new year. You know, that energy that we have around January 1st about, you know, reassessing the previous year, setting goals for the new year. And that's what the new moon in Capricorn really is about. New moons are about bringing new things into our life, setting intentions of what we would like to bring into our life. But this is a special new moon because it is right here at the end of the year. So it's a time to reassess. What is it that is working in your life? What is it that isn't working in your life? Taking a look at the situations, the relationships, the places in your life that you put your time, energy, love, and resources, and asking yourself, am I getting what I am putting into these things, right? And so then taking that information and really looking at the new year. What is it that I want to put my time, my energy, my resources into? Because we only have so much time and energy and even resources, right? We only have so much of that. So it's really precious to us. And this is a great time of year to reassess where it is that you want to put your time, energy, love, and resources. So I'm going to start with Capricorn, and we'll take a look at each of the zodiac signs separately. We'll take a look at what Spirit is advising that you reassess, what you may want to release, and then what area of your life or how you can bring in new intentions to manifest what it is that you truly want. And all of the other zodiacs are timestamped below. So let's go ahead and get started with Capricorn. So first of all, Capricorn, happy birthday. What a lovely time of year to have a birthday. So I do wish all of you a happy birthday. And I will have up your solar year reading in the next day or two. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, wow, beautiful. And with this being your birth, we're in your birthday season, I'm not surprised. We have some strong energy here of new beginnings. So let's see what we have here. Yeah. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Okay, so what Spirit is saying here is what you need to take a look at and reassess in your life, where it is that you're playing it safe, where it is time for you to move into a new chapter, and yet, okay, you're wanting to play it safe. And Capricorn, you're such a hard worker. You really concentrate on your work, where you put your time and energy, that type of thing. But there's almost a sense of holding back, of there is something bigger and grander, much more grand out there for you. But unfortunately, what you're doing is you're holding space with something that is not going to help you to step into this next chapter. So it could be that you're staying in a relationship because, it's safe. But if you were to leave that relationship, you would step into something much grander. Or it could be a job that you have. You're kind of like staying safe because you know how much money you're going to have every month. It's, it's all about my safety, right? My security. But there's something much bigger, grander, that's going to bring you so much more happiness and fulfillment if you allow yourself to let go of something in your life that is, it could be a limiting belief that is almost keeping you stuck in something that is soaking up. Think about it like a sponge, soaking up your time, your money, your energy, your love, and not allowing you to step into this brand new chapter, because that is what your intention, to set this intention of transforming this, of bringing more balance. I feel like whatever is the the area of your life that is soaking up your time and energy, right? Like that sponge. It's about bringing more balance into your life. Something is out of kilter, and this energy of, well, I want to say stay safe and secure. So once again, staying in a job because you know, well, it's safe, you know, it's keeping me safe, but it's not allowing you to bring more balance into your life. If it's a job that you're spending, you know, a tremendous amount of your time or a tremendous amount of your energy, right? And then when you get home, you don't have time for the other aspects of your life, then your life is unbalanced. You don't have enough time for your relationships or for the hobbies that you enjoy, or just resting, taking good care of yourself. So I feel like that is your intention as you're starting this new year, especially your new solar year. You're stepping into this energy of, okay, it's time for something new. Really, with the Empress energy, kind of embracing this energy of stepping into a newer version of yourself. It's kind of like Capricorn 2.0, right? It's this energy of, the transformation card is the Death card in Tarot, allowing something to end so something new can begin. Understanding that this will bring you this beautiful awakening of love for yourself, of your family, your friends, just life in general, when you allow yourself to let go of something that you're holding on to, almost like a sense of clutching something, you know, I don't want to give up this job is safe, or whatever it is. It's kind of like, okay, well, that's fine, but it's zapping you of your energy, or it's zapping you of, you know, your just enjoyment of life. So really lovely energy here, just taking a look at something that is truly zapping, soaking up, because they keep showing me that sponge, something that is soaking up your time, your energy, and really kind of like your zest for life. If you've been struggling with having energy for other things in your life, or having a zest for life itself, I feel like you're kind of saying, yeah, I have to move out of that sense of safety and security, and take a little bit of a risk and go in a new direction. Well, happy birthday, happy new year, and happy new moon. All right, so let's move on to Aquarius. Let's see what we have here for you, Aquarius. I hope you all are enjoying the holiday season. Yeah. Oh, interesting. You know, I think that your last reading, they're kind of, I believe it or not, I normally forget the readings as soon as I finish them, but something about walking away from, you know, that energy is coming in, walking away from overgiving in certain situations so that you can bring more love, joy, abundance into your own life. That energy is coming out in this. Yeah. All right. Lovely. Yeah. Wow. Lots of major arcana. Underneath you have the Hermit and your own energy, the Star. Kind of healing this energy, understanding that you have the wisdom within you to see how to really, honestly, I feel like it's kind of like a healing of your own soul. Okay. It's like healing yourself. Because what you are giving up, what you are releasing with this full moon is, you know, trying to, Aquarius is kind of this energy of trying to have everything perfect. Okay. Now that could be in your career, that could be in your life in general, it could be in your relationships. And I think that the reason that is coming out is that you see how that table is set. It's like everything is perfect on it. It's almost like even here at the holidays, you could be trying to make the Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever, you know, you celebrate. It's kind of like trying to make it perfect for everybody else. You know, once again, it's so interesting. They're bringing back your reading to me. That energy of feeling like if you make other people happy, if you create happiness for other people, that you will be happy. But it's about stepping into this energy of, no, I love myself. Like, this is a lot of work. You know, I've been talking to some of my friends and my neighbors about how much this time of the year really can zap our energy. There is, like, the list never ends of all the things that you could do. It's about paring that list down, of understanding, okay, it's really about the love in your relationships, how much you're enjoying them. It's not about how perfect everything looks or how well the occasion goes. And, you know it says great achievement, but I also feel like it's just events. It could be that you kind of like are using your life, kind of going from one event to the next, and understanding this is just wearing me out, all of these events. Like, you could have like a lot of weddings in your family, or graduations, or, new babies or something like that. They're happy events, but they're taking a lot out of you, because it's not like you're just, even if you were to host the event, it's not like you're just hosting it. It's like you're going 150%, right? But it's shutting down your own sense of love. It's becoming more of a sense of obligation. So it's draining your energy, not providing you with the true happiness that you are seeking in your life. And then this is beautiful. Look at this energy, the temple path, the Fool, going in a new direction, understanding, okay, I thought that this would make me happy, making other people in my life happy, perhaps even, like your family, your friends, your co-workers, going above and beyond to make other people happy. And now it's like, well, wait a minute, that making other people happy isn't my purpose. Perhaps my purpose is sharing my story or helping other people heal, right? Stepping onto this beautiful new energy. I am going to go ahead and clarify this, because the Hermit is the wise one, knowing that you're going within, finding the answers that you need in order to heal yourself, right? And then taking your story, sharing your story with others. For some of you, it could be you want to write a book or start a blog or a YouTube channel, and you really, it's almost that energy of how I overcame being perfect, right? It's almost that type of energy. Yeah, loving yourself, recognizing that unless you love yourself, being with other people is doesn't bring you that much happiness. It's like turning the focus onto yourself, stepping into this energy of truly healing, loving yourself, going after what it is that you truly want, instead of trying to help everybody else be happy, achieving what it is that they want, right? So part of it could be that you're helping everybody in your life to achieve what it is that they want. And now all of a sudden you're like, but I don't have any achievements. I don't have any certificates on the wall, or it's not about certificates, but it could be, maybe you want to go back to school. Maybe you want to learn something new. Maybe you want to travel. Understanding that all your time and energy is going into helping other people make their happiness or achieve their goals. And now you want to achieve your own. So I would say, at this time, it's a great time to kind of like reflect where you're putting your time and energy, giving your time and energy, your resources to other people so that they can acquire what it is that they want, right? Their happiness, their goals. And then asking yourself, wow, if I took some of that time back, if I took like 90% of that time back, what could I achieve for myself? What goals, what dreams could I make a reality in my own life? My own dreams, my own goals. I think once you realize how much time you are allowing other people to take from you, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, yeah, I'd love to make a change, because then I can focus on me. All right, well, Aquarius, I do wish you such a happy new year and much blessings to you at this time. All right, so let's take a look at Pisces. Pisces, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. So let's take a look. We're going to take a look at what you need to release, and then also take a look at where you can set intentions, bring new things into your life, or manifest those dreams, those achievements that you're looking to have in your life. Yeah. Okay, so, you know, where you are kind of allowing yourself to release something is, you know, some situation where you could have given a lot of your love, a relationship where you could have given a lot of your love to this relationship, or, you know, a relationship that you have been in, but you know, it's this essence of it has expired. It's like I want to go in a new direction, but holding back, not allowing yourself to step into a new direction. So let's clarify this really quickly, because on the bottom you have fragmented energy and the Seven of Pentacles. You know, your energy is so fragmented. It's almost as if you can't even, the Seven of Pentacles is reassessing your life, where your time, your energy, your love is going. And so it's almost like you're so fragmented at this time. Your energy is so scattered in different directions that it's even hard for you to assess where it is that you are and where you want to go. Yeah, it's, you know, I feel like you want to go in a different direction. You're trying to take action to find some progress in your life, to go in a new direction. With the 2 and 3 of Wands, it's like, I want to go somewhere else. It could be even at this holiday time, you know, you're around family and friends and you're kind of like, this is not where I really want to be. You know, I want to go in a new direction. Literally with the Chariot card, perhaps getting in the car or on a plane and going somewhere else, because what you're recognizing is that where you are is not where you want to be. So setting a new intention, right, with this new moon in Capricorn, you have playing it safe, and you have the 3 of Swords. It's this energy that you've been playing it safe, right? Staying somewhere because you thought it would bring you safety and security. But unfortunately, it's also very disappointing. It's not bringing you joy, fulfillment. So it could be a job that you're in and you're staying in it because, well, sure, it pays the bills, you know, but you're not happy. Your heart is literally breaking because it's kind of like your heart wants to be somewhere else. Your heart wants to get in the car and go somewhere else. It could be a relationship where you're staying in it, you know, because it's safe. Well, if I leave this relationship, then, you know, wow, that's going to change my life. But staying in this relationship and staying safe is breaking your heart because your heart is calling you to go in a different direction. And that's why your energy is fragmented. It's almost as if you are living in one reality, but your heart, your soul is calling you to be in another reality. You could feel almost like this tug of war within yourself, having a hard time trying to, you know, it's kind of like feeling really discontented. You know, she's sitting there, but it's this sense of, I wish I was somewhere else. Where else could I be? You know, out there, everybody else is looking at the fireworks. I'm here, you know, and I'm not having fun. It's almost like a sense of not having fun. Yeah, we have the devil on the bottom, Capricorn, feeling, you know, shackled. The devil really lately has had that shackled type of energy, feeling shackled to a certain situation or a relationship. You know, we've all had those jobs, or I know I have, I shouldn't say we all have, but I've had those jobs where it's kind of like you wake up every single day and it's like, oh my goodness, do I really have to go there again? And it's that type of energy. Your heart, you know, when you're feeling that pain in your heart, when you are feeling so disconnected to what it is that you are spending a majority of your time with, it's your soul telling you it's time to go in a different direction. So I feel like your 7 of Pentacles is asking you, You know, what is it that is this sense of discontent? Where in your life are you feeling a lack of joy? You know, a lack of get up and go passion, right? And where you are, there could be, this sense that, there's a lot of heartache in the situation, a lot of disappointment, perhaps even a little bit of regret. I made this choice and now it's not what I wanted. But your soul is calling you to go towards your Nine of Cups. What is going to fulfill you? What is going to make you happy? Allowing yourself to ask those questions with the Seven of Pentacles. What will make you happy, Pisces, right? Taking the time to ask yourself, what would make me happy, Sometimes it's just finding a different perspective of the situation that we're in. Other times it's kind of like, yeah, I have to get out of here, Yeah, you're manifesting, you're manifesting your independence from this heartache. How do I get out of this disappointment? So whatever area of your life that you're feeling this disappointment, Pisces, I send you lots of love and hugs, because this is a difficult energy, especially this time of year. It's kind of like, okay, I'm very disappointed. This is not what I thought it was going to be. Whether it's a relationship, a job, a situation in your life. This is not what I thought it was going to be. Okay, so how can you manifest to unshackle yourself from this disappointment or from this situation so that you can find something that is brings you fulfillment? The first step sometimes is just unshackling yourself, allowing yourself to be free, to be independent, and then the next step is to look for what will make you happy. Sometimes we have to unshackle ourselves first before we can search for what makes us happy. And that's a scary thing. I feel like you're staying in this situation because it's like, okay, well, I just have to play it safe a little bit, until I figure out what is going to make me happy. But this is almost an energy of having to unshackle yourself before you can even almost think about what is going to make you happy. So Pisces, yes, I send you so much love and hugs at this time. Take good care of yourself. Make sure that you're grounding, you're spending time eating nutritious food, getting a little bit of exercise in, taking a walk in the woods or something like that, taking a bath, anything that helps you to, nurture yourself. Take good care of yourself at this time. All right. Well, I wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I hope to see you again really soon. All right. Moving on to Aries. So Aries, how are you doing today? It's so good to see you. So let's take a look at what Spirit has advice for you. Yeah, they were flashing this to me, the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like the wheel wants to turn for you in some areas of your life. You have fear on the bottom, and then right underneath that you have peace. And look at this. You have the Six of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune again. And under that, Queen of Wands. So your energy is kind of showing up in here. Trying to figure out how to go from something that a situation or relationship that's triggering. I'm going to say triggering a lot of fear within you to going into this calmer type of energy, because you have professional assistants and High Priestess. This is what you're looking to release. Okay, I feel like maybe for some of you got bad advice about something. And it doesn't mean that it's something that you paid for. It could be from a friend or a family member or something like that. I feel like you got bad advice and your intuition is telling you, you know, Aries, this advice, you're following this advice, but this advice is not the advice for you to take. And your intuition is trying to almost kind of like tap you on the shoulder and say, Aries, Aries, think about this. You know, it's almost like, you know, I really feel like it's somebody that's close to you. And I don't think they did this out of a manipulative way. They may have, but it's really like somebody, it could have been a parent or, you know, a close friend or something like that. I think they did it because there's almost a sense of envy, or they didn't want you to go off and do something that you really wanted to do. So they kind of, you know, provided you some facts or something like that, you know, that would persuade you not to do something that you really wanted to do. And your intuition at the time was kind of like, well, can I believe them, you know? But I feel like this is somebody that you trust in your life. So you followed the advice. And now, yeah, you're getting down to, yeah, you know, you're understanding, wait a minute, I got to drop the burden of the decision that I made because there's something new that you want to go do. So it could be, you know, you made some decision, you got some advice, you made a decision, but now you're kind of into it. Your intuition is telling you, wait a minute, go back. Take a look at that choice that you made, right? It's time to make a new choice. The judgment card is about choices, about listening literally to your intuition, to spirit, to divine, about, okay, wait a minute, I want to choose again. Is that type of energy? I just want to choose again. Dropping the burden of, well, okay, but that's going to cost me. It's kind of like, say you put money down on a house. So you, let's say you put $10,000 down on a house that you wanted to buy. You got into it, and you know, you may have even had the inspector say, well, this, you know, this is wrong with the house, but it's going to be okay, or something like that. And, you know, you're just kind of like, or the inspector could have said, yeah, the house is great, no problem. And you're kind of like, yeah, but, you know, I had a situation like that. And, you know, the inspector said, yeah, that's fine, it's okay, or something like that. And my gut was telling me different. You know, it was just one of those things that was like, nah, I don't know, you know, and you're paying for this inspection. But I hired a structural engineer to come out and look at the situation. And the structural engineer was like, no, like, this is going to cost a lot of money to fix. So I feel like that's what it is. It's kind of like, I feel like you got down the road, and now it's kind of like you may lose your $10,000 with this house. And you're kind of like, yeah, but that, and it's a lot of money. But it's kind of like, if you don't cut your losses now, it's that energy. If I don't cut my losses now, then it's going to cost me more down the line to, you know, to fix that issue that was with that house. You know, I ended up losing a little bit of money because I backed out of the deal, but it was so much less than I think I probably would have ended up, you know, paying in the long run. And, you know, recognizing, okay, I'm going to go with a different offer. You know, either I'm going to go search for a different offer, or I'm going to take a look at a different offer, right? Because you have the 10 of Cups. Yeah, you're becoming independent. You know, I feel like somebody may have forced you into a decision. This is going to bring you so much happiness or something like that. And now you're kind of like, no, my happiness is somewhere else. It's not with this. If this is a relationship, right? Yeah, you know, kind of interesting, because we have the Magician and the Three of Swords underneath that. I feel like, you know, the Magician can be a little bit of manipulation. Something happened that is causing you stress, you know, perhaps even, you know, a broken heart in this situation. But it's okay, because letting go of this situation is going to help bring in something better. Okay, now this is not going to resonate for a lot of you, but for some of you, you could have been engaged or be engaged to somebody, right? And maybe you've even been engaged for like a year, and been engaged for a year, and the wedding is coming up. And you want to back out, right? And that's very difficult. You may actually lose money. You may have put money down. You may have bought a dress, you know, purchased tickets for the honeymoon, whatever. But it's about, okay, how do I truly feel about this situation? I'm going with my gut on this. I'm going to trust my gut. You know, so I really like that, because you're releasing something that your intuition is telling you this decision is not the best for you. And you're saying to yourself, okay, I'm giving up this time, this energy, these resources, right? I'm giving that up. I'm giving that decision up and opening up to something new, because the Two of Wands, you're going in a different direction, right? You're planning an action. You're taking the action to move yourself in a different direction, which is going to help bring you in, you know, this energy of moving on to something that is better, you know, moving on to where the wheel will turn for you, you know, moving out of this sense of fear with this situation, you know, like I could not sleep at night because I was just kind of like, I feel like there's something wrong there. I just kept saying, and the inspector was like, no, it's okay. And I even had a good friend that's a realtor and said, well, the inspector, if he signs off on that, you know, then you can hold him liable. I was like, yeah, well, just not wanting to go there, right? I was kind of like, and yeah, I could sleep soundly at night once I allowed myself to not be talked into something, because I kind of had that energy where people were trying to go ahead. Oh, it's going to be okay. You know, what are you scared of? Yeah, well, yeah, this, look at this, Lovers on the bottom. You know, really stepping into a new world of making choices that are really good for your heart. But also, if this is a romantic situation, meeting somebody new that is going to be, you know, the love of your life. Seeing clearly, you know, that you have the wisdom within you. You may have given your power up in this decision to somebody else. And that could be playing out in your mind, kind of, you know, what did I do? Why did I do that? Because Aries, you're such a strong sign, right? So it could have been a little bit of, why did I allow somebody to talk me into this, right? But you're just backing out of it, and it brings you so much good. So do not worry about backing out of something, because the wheel will turn for you, and that 10 of Cups will come in for you. All right, well, Happy New Year. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now. Okay, so we are moving on to Taurus. Taurus, how are you? You've had some incredible readings lately, so let's see what we have here. Maggie is snoring. Let's see what we have here. Oh, wow. Okay, so you have the Four of Wands. You want to celebrate your path. You want to celebrate, you know, your path is about your purpose, recognizing yourself, your gifts, your talents, your creative abilities, using them, okay, to bring in financial security for yourself, celebrating you, celebrating your gifts, you know, just a beautiful energy here. So this is like, you know, to me, this new moon in Capricorn is really good for the, you know, it's good for 6 months, but it kind of sets up 2023 for this beautiful energy of really celebrating you, of celebrating who you are and what it is that you are, you know, trying to become, who you are becoming. So the energy here is, you know, releasing, and I think it's really interesting, releasing anything about distance or traveling, moving, releasing this energy of feeling like, you know, with the Empress, since you're releasing the Empress energy, which I know sounds kind of strange, but it could be your obligations to family, right? Or, you know, whether it's financial or your time or whatever it is, it's almost like, okay, well, I'm giving that up. You know, I need some more time in my own life. So I'm no longer going to overgive to my family. or overgive to, you know, there's a sense of people that are kind of distant, or, you know, you could have like some travel buddies and you're just kind of tired of traveling with them. It's almost the sense that you want to change up who you are spending time with, especially if you enjoy traveling, you know. It's this energy of, yeah, I have to find some new people to, you know, travel with, but it might just be the people that you hang out with, you know. You could feel like maybe you're even taking care of those people, like you're with them, or your family. You know, you may feel like you spend a lot of time in helping your family to, you know, taking them on vacation or whatever, or moving. You know, moving can be really expensive. Yeah, you're taking action. Something is really making you sad in this situation. So it's your home environment, a relationship either with your mother or with your children. It could even be a parent. It's a family, you know, something's making you sad. Somebody actually could have even moved away from you. So maybe, you know, your adult child moved away from you, and you're kind of feeling a little bit lonely or left out, or they could have taken a vacation without you, and you're kind of like, well, I always include them with my vacation, but they didn't include me. You know, it's reassessing your relationship with either family or people that you might travel with, or, you know, it's really people that you spend a lot of time with. You're understanding. I feel sad when I'm around them. I don't feel connected. I feel kind of like left out. You know, this independent energy. I'm wanting to bring in the energy of happiness, you know, in my life with the people that I spend a lot of time with. So in this case, I feel like you're reassessing your home environment, you know, the people that you're spending the most time with. You know, they say that the 5 people that we spend the most time with, that is a reflection of who we are, right? I feel like you're taking a look at that, you know, and kind of saying, yeah, I'm not sure that I'm in alignment. Those 5 people that I spend the most time with are in alignment with who I am becoming. Dropping that burden, dropping the burden of feeling like I have to have almost a sense of obligation to family, however that might play out. So, you know, what you're bringing in is being optimistic, something that is making you sad, perhaps financial loss or overgiving in family relationships, even perhaps your own physical health, okay, is becoming more optimistic. There's a huge link between what is going on in this relationship or situation and your own personal health or your mental health, emotional health, okay? It's causing you more discomfort, more pain than you may recognize. I feel like when you allow yourself to distance this, so build healthier boundaries in this situation, then suddenly, you know, you feel more optimistic, more celebratory of your own life. I feel like for some of you, you are truly going to feel physically, mentally, emotionally better. Yeah, this is an energy of somebody that's truly draining you. Yeah, you've been thinking about it. Yeah, for a long time. I think you're going back and forth. You know, this could be a good friend, you know, or something like that. That, you know, it's kind of like almost every time you get with them, you're not sure, is this going to be a battle? It's like a situation where you feel like you're always battling this person or arguing. They're leaving you out in the cold. You know, it could be somebody that kind of always feels like they're right. And yeah, you're just getting in your chariot and you're going towards the sun. Maybe you're getting in the chariot and going to the beach and celebrating. Oh my goodness, you know, I've left that behind. I think once you leave the situation or distance yourself from the situation, you know, that you're going to feel so much better physically, that you're going to be, oh my goodness, why didn't I do this earlier? You're going to recognize what a toll it is taking on your own physical body. And if you haven't, what you may want to look into is Louise Hay's Heal Yourself. I think that's the name of it. Heal Yourself. She wrote a wonderful book about where the pain is in our body, where we feel physical pain in our body, and what that represents, you know, where that trauma, that, you know, situation that needs to be healed, how that can help you to relate to opening up and healing those situations. All right, well, Taurus, I wish you such a very happy holiday and a very happy new year. And I look forward to seeing you in 2023. Bye for now. All right, Gemini, let's see what we have in store for you. So, Gemini, this is a big new moon for you. So, let's take a look at what you have on the horizon, what you are going to be wanting to release, an area of your life that you're going to reassess, and how you're going to release that and what that will make more room for as you move forward. Okay, so you have on the bottom present power, and you have the Five of Pentacles. Interesting energy. I feel like if you have not been feeling physically well, or even energetically well, or emotionally and mentally well, there's a sense of returning to your power. So let's see how you're going to get to that. So I feel like you're leaving something, okay, that has, you know, in a way they're saying that may have broken your heart, and that this is not the Three of Swords, right? But it's almost this sense of heartache. You know, something has hurt your heart, and it's actually taking more of a toll on your body than maybe you realize. But it's you're releasing that. This is what you're releasing in order to bring back in your own power. Yeah, because we have the Empress right underneath that Phoenix Rising card, right? When you allow yourself to step away from this, you will literally be the Phoenix Rising. Excuse me. So let's take a look. This is what you are reassessing. You are assessing at this time and releasing with this full moon. Yeah, there's something here with increase. You know, to me, this is also your chakras. Trying to, you know, something that has your chakras out of alignment. Your intuition is truly playing a part at this time, trying to help you to realize that there, you know, that something that you maybe have tried to bring into your life can't be brought in until you do allow yourself to release this. It's almost as if you're trying to manifest, you know, more money, more joy, more fulfillment, more abundance in some area. But you also realize, I've got to take care of this situation. Your intuition is letting you know there's some situation you need to take care of before you can bring in something, this new thing. So let's see what we have. Really interesting energy. Two of Cups, Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, Six of Cups. Yeah, getting over some conflict that you have had in the past, you know, with the Six of Cups. Something that I think was near and dear to your heart, but brought in a lot of conflict, but you're getting on top of it. It's a sense of, okay, I have to go in a different direction. This is taking you a very long time to bring this into balance, right? Both of these are about balance, you know, bringing balance back into your own life. There's a sense, you know, there's two wands here of taking your hand off of the one wand, the wand that maybe you were clutching to for some time, some hope that something would come back. It's almost like, okay, they'll change their mind, whether this is a career that, you know, you may have been let go, a relationship that you left for one reason or another, somebody that left your life, right? You're kind of like, okay, I'm just going to hold out hope that it's coming. But now with this new moon in Capricorn, 2023 coming into light, it's kind of like closing out that energy, recognizing that this person, this situation has just soaked up so much of your energy that you have nothing left. You know, it's actually wreaked havoc on your body, your physical body. And you're ready for that. You're kind of like, yeah, I need to get my vigor back. You know, I want to have the energy to go out there and create. I want to step into this new world, this new year with vigor. So how am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to make choices that are good for me. I feel like in the past you made choices that were good for other people or perhaps for a particular person, right? But it's reigniting yourself when you allow yourself to choose to no longer hold space for this person or this situation. It's like, okay, as long as I am holding space, holding out hope for this situation to change, okay, nothing is going to change. You're just holding out hope that they're going to come in, you know, announcing this good news, or perhaps even riding in on a horse, you know. I feel like this is really hard. You know, you're leaving something behind. Gemini, you are the most forgiving sign in the zodiac. So it's when you close this door, you're really like, I feel like when you finally close a door, Gemini, it's like you really close it, right? And I feel like you're really closing the door on this, just recognizing just how draining the holding out hope for this situation has been. So now what you're allowing yourself to come into is the moon card, secrets coming out, you know, recognizing. I feel like your intuition has been letting you know that there are secrets in some situation, right? But seeing the light, allowing yourself to see perhaps the hidden motivations in this situation. It's a kind of a difficult energy, Gemini, but the truth of the matter is that it releases you, okay? Releases you from this past person or situation. So it's kind of like getting the information is difficult. And I send you lots of love and hugs, but you know, it could be in a dream. It could be in this almost like, you know, because you have the moon card and the high priestess, it could be almost like this download. And you're like, you see the situation clearly. What has been hidden is suddenly illuminated for you. You understand this has been, you know, a hidden, that this person has had a hidden motivation, but that it's also shining light on the fact that you had a hidden motivation. You weren't allowing yourself to see the path ahead. You didn't want to move forward because you were holding out hope for this. So it's not all the other person. It's a little bit of stepping into this realization. I didn't want to see the path, right? I didn't want to see the truth in this situation because once I saw the truth, oh my goodness, my heart, it just aches for you. Because this is, you know, somebody, you know, you have the King of Cups on the bottom. It could be a Sagittarius. It could be a Libra. You know, lots of Libra energy. It could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You know, the energy, lots of Cancer energy here. Yeah, lots of Cancer energy. You know, seeing the situation for what it truly is. I think it's almost kind of like, you know, you were not wanting to see this. You knew it, okay? Let's say, I don't think this is a surprise. You knew it, okay? You intuitively knew it. You've known it all along. That, you know, that what has ever happened in the situation, even if you didn't have all the facts, you knew it intuitively. Your intuition was right. Now, you're seeing it, okay? And it's you know, the clarity of that situation is still, it's almost like a dagger to my heart. It's kind of like, yeah, once again, I knew it all along. Yeah, I feel like it has something to do with you know, a difficult ending. you know, with the Two of Cups here, it's probably either romantic, you know, a partner, a family, a friend, something. Yeah, the Moon card again. High Priestess again. Oh my goodness. But here's the message, is that when you allow yourself to see this situation, you no longer hold yourself in the dark, right? You're walking away from holding space or energy for the hope of this to work out. Then you can see, look at, you have the High Priestess and the Moon again. You can see the path. It's almost as if you couldn't see your way forward. You just could not see your way forward because you weren't ready to see your way forward. But as soon as you allow yourself to take the steps forward, to see the path, because you have the ability to see the path yourself, the sun comes out. I feel like for some of you, you're turning and you're really walking onto your spiritual path. Like you may be changing your lifestyle in a big way. It's just that you were holding back. It was kind of like, hoping that you didn't have to. It's almost like hoping you didn't have to move forward on your path, even though you wanted to move forward on your path. You know it's your divine path. You had all of that knowledge, and yet you just... it's the sense, I want this person to come along with me. So yeah, stepping into your power, stepping back into your power, moving forward to create the life that you want for yourself now without this person or this situation. And at first it seems difficult, right? Because you've held out hope for so long. But once you step into this, I think it moves forward so very quickly because you've really been ready for this for a very long time. It's just that energy of, I'm not ready to give up yet. And now I feel like you are ready to give up and embrace this new year and embrace your path, knowing that it is going to bring you lots of joy, love, abundance, you know, everything that you can dream of. It's on this path. It's not with this person. It's on the path forward. All right. Well, Gemini, I do wish you a very happy holiday, and I wish you so much love and light in 2023. I hope to see you again really soon. Much love and light to you. Bye for now. All right, so let's move into Cancer. Let's see, how are you doing, Cancer? Let's see. Okay, so we are going to take a look first at what you may want to reassess about your life, what you're ready to release in your life, and then next taking a look at what to bring in, where to set new intentions. Oh, this is beautiful. This is really beautiful. And Cancer, I did put up the 2023 readings. I think yours went live today. So you may want to take a peek at that, see where it is. Oh my goodness, this is lovely. Okay, I feel like you have this sense of being committed to something that it's kind of interesting. You're highly committed to something that's making you sad. Okay, so it's almost you could be in a relationship or a job or some situation that is really making you sad, but you're staying committed to it for some reason, a sense of obligation, right? A sense of family or whatever that is. You're kind of staying committed to it, even though it's bringing you a lot of sadness. So the energy here is, this is what you're to release, this energy of going in a new direction, right? But doing it in a loving way for yourself. I feel like you really are wanting to go in some new direction here. Because the sadness is just, it's kind of like, yeah, I have to make a change here. I have to uncommit, but you're afraid to uncommit. You're afraid to go in a new direction, or to commit to something new. You're afraid to do that because if you do, it's an energy of, well, what will that bring to me? Yeah, Hierophant. I feel like for a lot of you, it is almost an energy of leaving you know, a relationship. It's very much a relationship or a job that, you know, you may have, you know, really enjoyed for a long time. It could have brought you a lot of enjoyment. So there's this situation that you have that you're truly committed to, that at one time did bring you a lot of happiness, right? But it's almost a sense of it, you've lost your identity in this relationship or situation. It's time for you to go in a new path. And yet you're like, well, that means I have to uncommit myself from something. That's difficult. And it is. We have the King of Wands and we have the High Priestess. Knowing that you need to take action, to go out. You know, the King of Wands is very independent, very, you know, energetic, you know, really kind of passionate about life. I feel like the direction that you're on is perhaps not bringing you that passion, you know, instead it's kind of sad. So it's like, okay, what do I do? It's about uncommitting yourself to something that isn't bringing you the passion and going towards the thing that is. The thing that is the real Ten of Cups, you know, the thing that is honoring who you are now. I feel like you got into this other situation at another time in your life but you're not the person that you were then. And it's like, well, I'm going to stay committed because, you know, when I got into this situation or this relationship, I really thought it was going to be my happiness forever. But you have changed. Perhaps the other person or situation has changed too. So it's, you know, allowing yourself to detach from that commitment and follow your true heart. Yeah, you're moving into seeing the situation for what it truly is. You know, it's almost like you're glossing it over. It's kind of like, yeah, well, it's not that bad, you know, or whatever. At the end of the day, it's about assessing this situation, this relationship, asking yourself, why am I still here? I think when you really ask yourself, it's because you at some point in your life, and you are a very committed sign, right? So at some point in your life, you felt like, well, when I signed up for this, I signed up for life, right? I signed up to be here for, you know, till death do us part or whatever. But you're seeing the situation clearly, you know, you're understanding, okay. I think for some of you, you could be in a situation where you're kind of being manipulated a little bit. You're seeing that clearly, but you're also seeing that you want to manifest the ending of one thing to begin something new. And you cannot do that unless you detach from something in the past. It's like you can't do both. You know, it's kind of like if you had two jobs, right? And one was, you know, being an artist, and the other one was, you know, being an accountant, okay? And you've been trying to do both of them for a very long time. And now you're to the point where you realize, I don't have the time, the energy, the resources to put into both of these. I have to choose. But to choose, you either have to give up, right, being the artist, or you have to give up being the accountant. It's kind of like, I'm going to choose a path, but that path means that you have to detach yourself from the other one. So it's kind of an interesting energy. I think you're following your heart. It could be that, you know, you've been doing the art on the side, you know, that being the accountant is your day job. That's where you make your money, but your heart is in the art. And now it's kind of like, okay, I go to work, but all day long, all I can do is wait to get home to do my art. Now I'm going to shift all my energy into my art. I'm going to follow my heart. I'm going to follow my dream. And that means that I have to perhaps make some changes in my life, because if I don't have that accounting job, right, it might change my financials, you know, my financial situation. Perhaps you have family and stuff like that, but it's kind of like, okay, we've got to make this work. I have to go in this other direction. All right, well, Cancer, I'm going to leave it there. I do wish you a very happy holiday and a new year. I hope to see you very soon. Much love and light to you in 2023. Bye for now. Well, hello there, Leo. It is so good to see you. All right, so we are going to take a look first at an area of your life where you may want to leave something behind, to release something, and then also take a look at what new intentions, what new things you are wanting to bring into your life. Remembering that you have to let something go in order to bring in something new. So let's see what we have here. Really interesting. Okay, so you have the Five of Cups, the Nine of Swords on the bottom, and you have the vast universe. Okay, there's some conflict here that you are letting go of, something that's making you sad, keeping you up at nights. It's on your path. Okay, this is kind of like a sign that this is something that is on your path to help you go in a new direction. I feel like you're wanting, okay, there's this sense of wanting more financial abundance, right? Or love, joy in your life. With the Fool card, there's almost this sense of having this childlike wonder about the world, and yet at the same time feeling like you can't go on this path. You know, maybe worrying about money or worrying about people or situations that you may need to leave behind. So let's take a look at this, see what we have here. Yeah, I feel like there's a situation, okay, where somebody took perhaps advantage of you. You're trying to balance that out. There's a sense of needing to balance this out. The only way that you can balance that out is to leave it, to go in a new direction. You could be trying to just balance this out, you know, or just pretend it's not that bad of a situation. But with these two underneath, it really is. I think you're trying to just see this in a different perspective, see it from the other person's perspective or something. But it's about, yeah, it's time to get on your horse and go in a new direction. When you do, you have, you know, the sense that the wheel will turn for you. This is a situation that is, you know, kind of hard for you to move in this new path, right? You're wanting to move in this new path. But you may even be feeling like, well, that's selfish. I'm leaving people behind. But I feel like there's something, you know, there's a lot of conflict because you have the conflict. There's a lot of conflict in a certain situation or relationship that is holding back your energy from bringing in this balance. The only way you can bring the balance into your life is to leave the situation. So you leave that situation and you are truly stepping onto a path that will bring you the happiness that you are seeking. Really interesting, right? I mean, it's almost as if it's like night and day. The energy, it's almost like you can step off of one path and truly on to the next. Yeah, loving yourself. This is, wow. I mean, truly, let's take a look at the energy there, right? Betrayal, backstabbing, leaving in the middle of the night, doing things that are, you know, only good for that person, you know, trying to balance that out. Well, as soon as you step away from that, look at what you have. You have a better understanding and love for yourself. You're ready to express your love to the world and allow people to come in to express their love to you. And then you have this Ace of Pentacles. I think a strong, solid offer comes in that helps you to move towards your Ten of Cups. You have the Ten of Cups on the bottom. Yeah. I feel like for some of you, you may be seeking your independence, or you may have to seek your own independence in order to step into the sun. I mean, everything that you are wishing for. So, you know, to me, as a reader, if you are kind of toying with leaving a relationship or a situation where you are having conflict, you're having trouble sleeping, you're anxious about it, right? It's indicating that your soul is calling you to go in a new path, something that is more in alignment with you, more that is honoring who you are and who you are wanting to become. So lovely energy, Leo. Well, I wish you a very happy holiday and much love and light throughout 2023. I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now. All right, Virgo, let's see what we have here. Virgo, you've had some lovely energy lately, so let's see what we have here for you. Okay, they're flashing the Knight of Cups. Let's see. Oh, and the King of Wands. Wow. Big energies. Okay, so let's see. So we're going to first take a look at what you are reassessing in a situation or a relationship in your life that is really kind of taking a lot of your time, energy, love, resources, reassessing that, and then what you can, you know, what you're trying to bring in as you move forward. So let's see what we have here. Yeah. Okay, so what you what you are kind of releasing to the universe is, you know, this sense of indecision, you know, not really sure what plans or actions to take. It's almost this energy of, I don't know what direction to go in, so I'm just not going to make a choice. I'm not going to take action. I'm just going to sit here and wait. So there's, you know, a sense of understanding what is motivating you to stay stuck, right? What's the underlying motivation to stay stuck? And then also what is the passion underneath, you know, once almost a sense of reconnecting with your inner child. The Page of Cups is that lovely energy of just kind of like having this fresh, lovely look about the world, that childlike wonder, right? So so what is keeping you stuck is that it's almost like you're in your adult head, okay? You're kind of in your adult head, and your inner child is wanting you to go do something different. And it's almost like your adult head is saying, no, we can't go do that because we have to do your homework first, and we have to eat dinner, and you need a good night's sleep, right? And your inner child is saying, no, let's go play, let's go create, let's go do whatever this is. So let's take a look at this. It's almost like it's a war, almost like a war, a battle between your head and your heart. You know, it's between your logical mind and your inner child. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, look at this. You have the Two of Cups and the Ten of Cups. You know, it could be even in love. Like you're almost like overthinking it instead of just like going out there and just being your true authentic self. You're kind of overthinking it as like, okay, what's the plan? You know, where do I meet people? What do I do? You know, not that there isn't some of that, but it's kind of like, you know what? I am just going to get up every day and really step into this energy of, you know, loving myself, loving the decisions, and just stepping into love, this energy of love. I'm going to put my love out there. And what it does is it helps to attract in people, situations that want to be with you. Really lovely, you know, solid offers. You know, we have the Knight of Wands here, a little bit of that player energy, okay? But it's not, I don't get that with this, because you have the Ace of Pentacles, you know, which is solid and ground. I think that this could be even somebody younger than you. It could be somebody that just has that childlike wonder that you have been missing in your life for so long. It's the sense of being spontaneous, of saying, yeah, let's go do that. That sounds fun. Let's do it. Because what you're doing is you're stepping into your truth about why you're really stuck. What is that logic that is keeping you stuck, that won't let you go do the thing that your heart truly wants to do, you know? So it could be family obligations, it could be a job, it could be, you know, bills, it could be debt. You know, I mean, there's some solid reasons why you can't just like, yeah, let's go do it. But I feel like something is coming in when you just have that passion, like you step back into your childlike wonder. It's kind of like if, you know, it starts to snow, that very first snow of the year, you know, I live in the South, so we don't get very much snow. So if we even see one snowflake, the city closes down. But it's that wonder of, oh my goodness, that first snowflake. You know, it's like, oh my gosh. You know, by February or March, you know, I've lived in areas that are really snowy. By February, March, you're like, oh my goodness, like I can't wait for the snow to melt and get out of here, right? But that childlike wonder of, you know, the holiday season of, you know, just going and kind of looking at the lights, the festive lights this time of year, or just reinvigorating your heart, getting back in touch with your inner child. Those things that you may have loved to do when you were a child will help you to bring that wonder back into your life. Yeah. Now, okay. So you've just been kind of discontented. You're understanding now. Okay. I think for some of you, you've been really worried about money, right? So it's kind of like, well, I can't go do that. I don't have the money. And it's kind of like, okay, what does it cost, right? To, you know, perhaps you have to pay for gas. You get in the car and drive around, just look at the lights. That's free. That part is free, you know. But, you know, okay, you have to pay for the gas. Well, maybe you go for a walk, you know. But it's, and just look at the lights. It's recognizing that this ho-hum feeling that you may have had for life is really because you're holding yourself back. You're kind of like balancing, evaluating everything about how much money it costs. And now what you're doing is you're kind of like, oh my goodness, yeah, I've got to start enjoying life. So what if it costs me $5 in gas to go look at the Christmas lights? I'm going to get in the car and, you know, packing the car up with the kids, you know, whatever. We're going to take hot chocolate. We're going to go look at the lights, you know. And it's just stepping back into that, recognizing that, you know, if you really want to have it happen, you will find a way, right? You will find a way. And allowing that sense of obligation, that adult Virgo, to kind of like be released for a little bit and stepping back into the childlike wonder of life. Wow, that is really intense. I love that because it really is, you know, Virgo, you've been through so much. I know that from doing your readings. You've been through so much, and it's kind of like, yeah, okay, I'm ready to go play. It's a little bit of a sense of ready to go play. All right. Well, I do wish you so much happiness this time of year and throughout 2023. I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now. All right, moving on to Libra. Libra, let's see what we have for you. So we are going to first take a look at what you are releasing and then what you are bringing in with this new moon in Capricorn and the winter solstice. So let's see what we have here. I hope you're enjoying your holiday time. Let's see what we have. Yeah, okay, big change, big change, big change, yeah. All right, so what you are releasing is this energy of feeling stuck. I feel like there's almost an energy here of allowing your emotions about a certain situation or perhaps in your life in general get you stuck, right? So the King of Cups masters their emotion, does not react due to their emotions, right? Can take forward motion when you control your own emotions. The reason that you're stuck is because you've had a hard time, you know, kind of like balancing out your emotions. You could have, you know, been through some difficult times, and it's kind of like, you see how he's holding the ship there, but he's holding it with his hand. So it's not rocking back and forth, you know, when the waves come. I feel like you may have been on the highs and lows. It could be that you've had a lot of drama in your life, right? So it's brought a lot of the highs and lows. But understanding that because of that, you've been stuck for some time. It's time to allow yourself to let go of the emotions in a particular situation or relationship that has that kind of major up and down, the drama, you know, some situation that may have drama. Yeah, you know, it really has. I feel like it's something that you thought was going to last a long time, you know. I think for some of you, you really are trying to bring back something that maybe you had in the past, you know, in a good way. It's kind of like you're missing something, and that could have caused this emotional roller coaster within yourself. So it could be a relationship or a situation, and it's kind of like, yeah, that not having that or some pain or conflict in that relationship was making me emotionally you know, kind of up and down. But I feel like there's almost this sense of, okay, I've overcome my emotions. I've gotten my emotions under control. So now you may even be trying to revisit a situation that you had in the past that you do miss. For others of you, you're overcoming the emotional roller coaster some situation in the past provided, and you're being able to move on, you know, with the Wheel of Fortune, moving forward. You know, the gears are moving in the direction that you want them to. It's also divine timing. Excuse me. And with the Judgment card, you know, it is about, you know, looking at the situation, really judging it, assessing it at this time of the new moon. Because to clarify that, we have the Temperance, the Knight of Pentacles, and then the Ace of Swords. So you're seeing the truth in the situation about how time has kind of brought you to this point where you see the truth in a past situation clearly enough. You've overcome your emotions of it. But now it's kind of like allowing yourself to release whatever that is, the excess emotions of the situation. So if it had a lot of highs and lows, you're releasing that to the universe, right? You're giving it up to your spirit guides, your angels, saying, okay, yeah, I'm giving this up to you because this is an emotional situation, right? And allowing yourself to step back into your truth about how you feel about the situation instead of the dramatic roller coaster that you've been on. And when you do that, it's kind of like you end one cycle and you're beginning this beautiful brand new cycle. So even if you're leaving, you know, truly walking away from a situation that's been, you know, that emotional roller coaster, it brings in this, you know, optimism, this feeling of, oh my goodness, the sun is going to rise again for me. Yeah, so let's clarify this because this has been on your path for some time. It's kind of like you're getting to the end of the year and you're almost like saying, oh, it's interesting. They're showing me the rainbow there, right? It's kind of like the rain, you know, when the rain is ending, there's still a lot of water in the air and then the sun comes out and you see the rainbow. It's that type of energy. It's kind of like, okay, when I finally allow myself to emotionally detach, or at least detach from the roller coaster in this situation, my goodness, my life transforms almost immediately. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So, you know, we have the King of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and then we have the Devil. Capricorn energy. So this is the new moon in Capricorn. But unshackling yourself because of the emotional roller coaster. You weren't grounded. You couldn't take action. You were just stuck, right? So it's kind of like, okay, I'm going to unshackle myself from the drama of the situation. I'm going to take back my power. I'm allowing this to you know, end so that I can start a new beginning. It's recognizing I can't start a new beginning unless I allow the drama of this past situation to end. And I love that because it's almost like you're seeing it clearly, like for the very first time, about how the drama in a certain situation has kind of almost kept you shackled to that situation, right? Because it was like really great sometimes, but really bad others. But those great times were so great that you were just staying in it. But now you're recognizing, wait a minute, the highs and the lows are just too dramatic. I want something that's a little bit, you know, more peaceful, calmer waters. And then once you figure that out, it's like you gain back your momentum to move forward, to be grounded in your actions and not be triggered by your emotions and reacting to things. Instead, taking positive, you know, action as you move forward. Wow, lovely energy. All right, well, I'm going to leave it there, Libra. I do really hope that you have a wonderful holiday and a beautiful 2023. I hope to see you again. Well, Well, hello there, Scorpio. It is so good to see you. So we're going to take a look at first what you are releasing at this time of the full moon, and then we'll take a look at what you can hope to bring in with the new moon. Trying to, why is this so hard? Okay. Hello there, Scorpio. It is so good to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So we're going to first take a look at what you are releasing at this time of the new moon and the winter solstice. And then what we are going to do is take a look at, what intentions you're setting, how to focus your intentions on bringing in something that you are hoping to manifest in your life, moving on in the next 6 months or so. All right, so what we have is, in the release is this energy of, you have a new supportive connections, and then you have the Queen of Swords. Taking a really good look at what new connections you may want to bring into your life. But in order to bring in new connections, right, one of the things that you have to do is make space, make time for new people in your life. But I feel like that is what you're focusing on. It's kind of like, okay, where is my time and energy going? What new connections am I looking for? How can I bring those in? Where am I going to find the time? Because making new friends really does require time, right? So let's see what we have here. Wow. Okay, so you have the King and Queen of Wands, and then you have the Page of Wands. It's, I feel like with this new supportive connections, it's kind of like this is family energy, right? It's kind of like the mom, the dad, and the child. You could have a lot of focus on that, and yet at the same time, there is this energy. I want some new connections, deeper connections in my life. So it's taking this energy. Okay, it's not that you're taking time away from your family. It's kind of like, how can I bring new connections into my family setting? Which is really interesting, perhaps you're kind of recognizing maybe, during the pandemic and stuff, you and your family may have kind of, isolated themselves. And now you're kind of like, okay, wait a minute. I want to make some new connections, for our family, like reconnect to your neighbors or reconnect to family members that you haven't seen in a while. It's that type of energy, almost like reconnecting to new people, or reconnecting to people you already know, or making new connections that will fit in with your family. Really lovely energy, because then what you have here is family, friends, and guides, and star. Once again, you have the family energy here, trying to heal some situation, perhaps, because you have commitment underneath here, and the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. Almost a sense of having some type of offer coming in, right? Perhaps some invitation or something like that, where you are committing to something, maybe even committing. You have Six of Cups. Could be that you have a family event coming up, something like that, and you're committing to going to this event, and part of it is because you're trying to heal certain situations, in your family environment. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, Six of Cups again, Ace of Cups, Hermit. Yeah, it's almost an energy. It could be dealing with a Virgo. It's an energy of kind of like reconnecting, to somebody in your family, kind of knowing, okay, this is a person I want in my life. You may feel like they're kind of wise. For some of you, they could be older. I don't know why I'm getting that energy, kind of like, grandparent-y energy, understanding, okay, our family would benefit from seeing this person more often, reaching out, to this person, kind of like a real sense. And I don't usually get that with the Hermit energy, but I'm getting that kind of the grandparent type of energy, understanding that you want to have this healthy, it's a sense of having healthy connections, because it's something that maybe in the past you haven't been committed to. Perhaps in the past you've been, I'll just make new friends, Maybe that's what you're releasing, this energy of, I'm just going to make new friends. And now you're kind of like, no, wait a minute. I want to reconnect to people that are like me. You know, we're all the wands. So really lovely energy. Yeah, you're manifesting kind of this new, fresh energy. Bring this new energy, because the wands is a lot about energy, passion, you know, just action, taking a lot of action. So it's, you know, manifesting, trying to manifest this energy of going on this new path, of being a little bit more committed, perhaps, to family energy here, you know, really wanting to heal it. So lovely energy. All right, well, I'm going to leave it there. I do wish you so much love and light through the holidays and into 2023. I hope to see you again really soon, Scorpio. Bye for now. Okay, and Sagittarius, let's see what we have for you. I hope you're having a wonderful day and enjoying the holiday season. So we are going to first start with what you are releasing. You know, what is using time and energy, money, resources that you would like to kind of get back so that you could have some time, money, energy in order to go in a new direction, to bring more happiness, you know, joy, abundance into your life. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Yeah. Okay, so you have a situation where it's kind of like, I think you know somebody is deceiving you, talking about you behind your back, or just not telling you the whole truth. And you've been toying with this. This is kind of like, what do I do about this situation? That is what you're releasing. You're kind of like releasing that situation. And it's kind of like, why am I spending time and energy trying to, it's almost like you're trying to figure out, what is that person saying, you know? And it's like, if you totaled up all the time that you worried about the situation or worried about what was being said about you behind your back, it would be a lot of time and a lot of energy that you could use in order to go in a new direction. Yeah, you're just reassessing what is good for me, you know, with the Queen of Pentacles. It's kind of like, I want to celebrate me. I want to be around people that celebrate me. I'm releasing the people that no longer celebrate me. If they're not celebrating me, then I don't have time and energy or love for them. And your intuition is really high at this time. You know, your intuition is guiding you to know the situations that, if you have that gut feeling that somebody's talking about you, they are, okay? If you have that gut feeling that, you know, somebody's doing, you know, sneaky things around behind your back, they are. And that is what you're doing. You're kind of like, no, I'm not putting up with that. I'm setting a boundary. You know, I love myself enough that I am going to go and, you know, only seek out people that want to celebrate me. And of course you want to celebrate them too, right? But it's kind of like, yeah, I don't have no more time for this, because what you're trying to bring in is, here you're in your own reading, the temperance energy, people that are grateful for you, people that aren't talking about you behind your back, but instead are celebrating you. So let's go ahead and clarify this. Yeah, I feel like you know about this situation intuitively. You may not have facts, you know, you may not have the facts to prove it, but it doesn't matter. Go with your gut. It could be that this person is even telling you, no, Sag, no, everything's good. No, I'm not talking about you behind your back. And you're like, really? Even if you have to have that conversation with somebody, right? Then you know that's not a person you want to have in your life. Yeah, you don't see how this is leading you into something that is, you know, going to lead you into a new path. A path that is going to bring you a lot of progress on your, whatever the situation is, you want to move away from it because you make good progress. You know, the path is illuminated for you when you leave this person. I feel like they're keeping you in the dark. You know, the moon card is about being in the dark. They're keeping you in the dark. You're allowing yourself, your intuition, to light that path. so that you can go forward. You're choosing to go in a different direction. You're choosing to leave this behind. And when you do, look at this increase, honoring path, Page of Cups, Knight of Wands, you know, just taking a lot of action, loving woman, joyous fun. I mean, it's just amazing. It's just too much energy. You're just spending too much energy trying to figure out what somebody's doing. Use that time instead to move forward onto your path, to choose to go in a different direction, to honor yourself, to honor who you are, to find new supportive connections that honor who you are. Because that path is just so beautiful. All right, well, Sag, I'm going to leave it there. I really do hope that you have a beautiful, wonderful holiday season and much love and light in 2023. I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.